Welcome to another session where we go into some of the maybe little known features of ImpressCMS, but some of the most powerful ones that are available. Recently, we just did a new patch where we updated Smarty, but we also decoupled some of the things that were in there. And by using a preload, which is something that we can apply system-wide or to a specific module, we were able to take the email protection out of the Smarty file and not having to hack that. And instead, we've now are loading that and triggering it on specific events. Let's have a look at what those are. So here we're in the plugins preloads folder, and you can see there's quite a few already in the system. The protect email is the one that we just introduced for the latest patch, and we'll see here that we have a couple of events that we've defined and some methods that are applied them. We have an after filter text area display. We also have an after filter HTML display, and then we've got a method convert email that is used by each of those. Let's take a look first at just how we define a preload. You'll see that they all go into the preloads folder. There's a single file that defines what it does. There is a class within that file that is prefixed with ICMS preload in all cases, and then the following portion of the class name is the file name. We just uppercase the first character and then maintain the remaining case of that element. So we have ICMS preload protect email. The file name is protect email, and that extends the ICMS preload item, which is really just a shell right now for later development, and we go into that. So now, what are these events that we can trigger off of? You can see I've only included two here, and just to show you what all those different events are, you can see that throughout the core we are triggering events for the preload item. And here's one that says the admin header, admin before footer. So these are in the administration area. They load at the header. This is right before the footer loads. This comment one is not related at all. Let's click that one out of there. We have after the core finishes booting. We have before the text area is filtered for input to the database, after it's filtered for the input to the database, before it's displayed, again for HTML areas. A lot of these are based on the data filtering is how are we handling user input and saving it to the database, or then later on retrieving it from the database and displaying it on the web page. The text sanitizer is an old version of the same data filter. If you want to go in and see just exactly how the trigger event is structured, you can go into the preload handler folder and have a look at that. And here's another, the ICMS load boot file is triggering start core boot, finish core boot. We have some saving system administration preferences right before the footer and right before we start the output. So those are those events that are defined right now. And if you go to the wiki, and I'll put links to this later on, but under core events, there's a pretty up-to-date list of events that are included in the core and where they're triggered. So you can use these as in your code or in your preloads to define when you want your actions to take place. Some of the things, just kind of getting back to in general how it's being used